Welcome back to The Breakfast Show, the show worth waking up for. Nazruddin Rahman and Jonathan Putra waking you up this fine morning. And, well, from the visuals that we saw, you know, we really got to appreciate the efforts of volunteers here in Malaysia.
Absolutely. You know, and it seems that Malaysians do a lot. We care a lot about each other. We like to help each other and help the less fortunate.
I mean, look at you. I mean, you're helping people just by growing a mustache, you know? It's the cheapest way.
It's the cheapest way. I don't have to lift my hands. I don't even have to shave.
But essentially, we talk about governmental organizations. Basically, they're just that, you know, legal entities or organizations or corporations that operate independently from any form of government. Now, how does an NGO activate itself? That's what we want to dig out here on The Breakfast Show. And, of course, the volunteers as well. How do they sustain themselves? How do they sustain the passion? How do they make it a career?
You help people for free.
Yeah,
you don't work, you don't take money.
Then how do you eat? Exactly. You know, all these things, they must be sustainable. So we'll find out more about it. And, of course, the state of NGOs here in Malaysia as we speak to the Great Heart Charity Association. They've got great hearts indeed for being here this morning. Thank you so much. We'd like to say hi to Frankie C, who's the president of the Great Heart Charity Association. We've got Rick C, yes, who is actually a Hong Kong superstar, but now volunteers for Great Heart. He's actually the secretary, yeah?
Yep.
And we've got Lenny Tan, supervisor of the Great Heart Charity Association.
Thank you for coming.
Good morning, lady and gentlemen. Wow, see, when you do kind things, you can see the kindness in their faces.
Also young and handsome and
and so ching, you can see, wow, I'm so happy. Here's the thing, as comparison, in India you got 3.3 million NGOs. But of course they got a lot of people, but that's they got more NGO than primary school. Here in Malaysia we've got lots of NGOs as well, yeah. And the thing is, can you tell us why we need NGOs?
Okay, basically, for NGO as is in Malaysia, right? Different NGO, they place their different on roles and responsibility in helping different type of people in needs.
So I mean, there's the charity, and then there's empowerment, and then there's participation kind of charity. So in your case, it's more of a charity, just giving back, yeah?
Yes. So why is still a need for us to get involved in more charity works is because we believe that we need to create more positive energy to our society to ensure a healthy and happiness living environment to us and maybe our next generation as well.
Yeah. It's very nice that you mentioned next generation. How important do you think it is for us to teach the next generation the importance of charity and doing this kind of good work for people?
You mean how important is it?
How important is it for us to show by our example what we do today for the kids tomorrow?
Do you think children today are more caring than you guys?
You know, based on our experience, like when we go to the orphanage, there are actually many orphans. They went to the school and they looked down by other students. You know, so I think that's very important to educate the children to start involving in charity since they are young. Yeah, so you know,
because children can be cruel, right? Hey, why you wear your shoes like that? Or why your baju koyak-koyak? Children can be really cruel, yeah. I understand.
Actually, they are angel.
It's just innocence, yeah.
Yes.
Now, I've got to applaud Great Heart Charity Association. You've done some great work,
job.
Of course, with the operations around the country, and recently the mudslide in Cameron Highlands,
Yes, Batam Valley.
So you were the first on the scene, yeah. So I need to ask, how do you choose these causes? And also, is it by need, or also how do you decide what kind of help, and how do you activate?
You mean for the Batam Valley cases?
Yes, for the Batam Valley.
You know, when the first I read this incident on the news, and then my mind, asked me to do something for them. So I immediately organized the disaster relief by collecting the items such as the canned food, the drinks, the clothes, and bring all these items to the refugee and the volunteers over there on the next day. And then after that, we also brought 13 volunteers there to help help out
to clean the house.
to clean the houses.
Exactly,
Yeah.
all the mud that's coming in,
Yes,
people
yes.
who have no access to food and such.
Yes.
But how do you activate it so fast? Suddenly, you saw the news and oh, hey, come on, let's go.
Yeah, just like that.
So
Yeah.
really, is it just really like that?
Yeah, we got posts out in our Facebook and do some
Invite them.
contact. Yeah, for our volunteers.
Invite the
Yeah,
volunteers. We have a
Inviting
list.
the volunteers.
Wow,
Yeah.
so just like that, they've activated the particular network and of course gotten help, raw items, raw food.
Beautiful.
And whatever that's needed.
Actually, what we feel is like there are many people, public, right? They are very willing to help, but they just need a platform.
Yeah.
So our Great Heart just play a role as a platform, to recruit all these people to join together for the charity works.
How do you decide which one is more important at the time? If say there's two things going on, how do you decide we want to do this one? Obviously, we want to help everyone, but sometimes you cannot. What do you use to decide?
I know you have a big heart, but sometimes not big enough. You know? So how do you decide? Especially maybe the president or the secretary. How do you decide?
Okay, for this to decide, then we will have supervisor like Lenny. She's a supervisor. She will go to different cases and then supervise the cases like obtaining the proof or like obtaining the proof. Yes, and then we'll decide, and then we will have a meeting among the
Small
committee
meeting.
member. So and then we will decide whether it is worth to help and also
How
what
to
kind.
help? Yeah, how to help?
And how to help?
How to help?
How to help?
I can give
Yeah.
a simple example on this case. Okay. For example, right, if we cater about the orphanage center, right, for all this kind of center, now our association policy is we most focus on organizing the activity to bring the happiness to them. Is what we focus on mentally direction to help them, And for the dialysis patient, that we also sponsor certain budget to them. This is very urgent for talking about the funds sponsor. So this is different case.
And this is the headache of every NGO, money.
Money.
Correct.
How do you sustain yourself? I mean, there's two ways. Either you get donations from the public or you got this very special white knight. Oh, you want money? Dun, 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 I mean, that happens as well. But not all NGOs have that privilege. How do you sustain yourself?
In the beginning, I would say that the most fundamental things to sustain is fund. So, like the NGO in Malaysia, normally in the beginning stage, they will obtain the fund from members, the family, the
Government
relative.
maybe?
Government, yes. Government, yes. Government to subsidize the NGO in Malaysia and actually provide some benefits for them, such as government to allocate certain amount of budget for NGO, and as well as the NGO in Malaysia is tax exempted from tax. But due to the limitation of the quota of the budget allocation and the disapproval of the fund application, so still need to
Come up with your own way lah.
actually, especially the support from the public.
So you do a lot of fundraiser then to bring in funds to help for the charity, is it?
Yes, yes, we do.
Okay.
Through our own networks.
I want to ask
Through our
one
network.
last question before we have to wrap up. One last
Yes, of
question.
course.
Yes. Why do you do it?
Yes.
I don't know if you get paid. I don't know if you get paid a lot or a little bit, but
Why?
I mean, we all need to live as well.
Yep.
Why do you do it?
I think the best return I get is the smile that we get from the beneficiary.
Really, this is not just something you say
Yeah.
just to make people smile. I'm
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Actually, because we always go to the orphanage house and the old folk house, we just talk to them and listen to them. Their smile will be like very meaningful and amazing that I can't get in a working place. Is
My
it true?
goodness, that's all the reward you get, Really,
That is a great heart.
And you know what? Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the
Thank you
great work
very
you do.
much. Thank you.
Of course, applause to the Great Heart Charity
you.
Association. Good stuff. And of
it
course, for those of you Malaysians out there, if you want to help, there's no shortage of platforms to help. They're one of the many NGOs that definitely need your help and your support. So of course, maybe do a little bit for somebody else, a little bit of food for your soul. Pick up that phone and call up any of the NGOs. Say, hey, what can I do to help? That's all
That's
we
it.
need to do.
All it takes is
That
maybe
first step,
one
right?
Saturday,
Yeah.
one Sunday, take a few hours, help someone else.
Is that
Maybe
4
help
hours
change your life.
of just vegging in front of the TV? Maybe just that 4 hours could help put a smile on someone's face. Thank you so much once again.
you for coming.
We're going to take a quick break here on The Breakfast Show, and of course, we're going to reflect on volunteerism and about
Yeah.
caring societies here in Malaysia. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.